Good morning, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. I have noticed lately that the tree die-off there at Yellowstone National Park has been amazing. If they would move the camera, you could probably see some of the tree die-off. Maybe they'll move it while I'm making this video and I can show you. But up over here where we got one hot pole back up over here, you can see the trees that are dying. We got some here in the foreground that are showing they're distressed. The activity at Little West Thumb, that is an area of a past eruption, is still showing intrusion of magma coming in at such a high pitch that the equipment cannot record it. That is still ongoing. I reported, maybe 5 years ago, there was an earthquake swarm there at Grant, which is next to the Little West Thumb caldera. The magma was trying to come up. There's evidently some kind of fracture or a dike intrusion, and it's still ongoing. Yeah, they moved the camera, but not where I want to look at it. But anyways, I'm going to show you that is still going on there at Little West Thumb caldera. The intrusion of magma is still trying to come up, which is very concerning. Yeah, they got a spider that's been busy working on the camera. You can see the little blobs there of its web. Yeah, I wish they'd move it. I'll just have to check back with the live webcam. There's been 71 earthquakes between Stanley, Idaho, up there by Helena, Montana, and the Yellowstone area within the last 7 days. The largest was a magnitude 3.6. I did a video on that. That is close to the Sawtooth fault zone. And it's being influenced as the uplift continues there at Yellowstone and the magma comes into the system. There was also a 3.1 and a 3.0 also at Stanley. That was on the 1st. And where's the other one? Let's see. There it is. 3.1. That was on the 3rd. USGS did not report any earthquakes over the weekend. Yeah, they go home and do whatever. Heaven help us if we ever have a large eruption on the weekend. Yeah, it would be devastating. But anyway, 71 earthquakes in the last week. A 1.2 by Hedgen Lake. Now that was yesterday. That earthquake was about 6 miles in depth. Earthquakes are deeper there. There was also a 1.7 yesterday. 5.3 kilometers in depth. So that would be about 3 miles in depth. And that would be in the location of the upper level of the magma chamber, the roof of the magma chamber. They're just coming in today, this morning, and listing these earthquakes that occurred over the weekend, but using Google Earth, here's the location of that 1.7 near Yellowstone Lake. And this down here is West Thumb. This is the activity that I was talking about that's been occurring at Little West Thumb. Yeah, this is where the magma comes in so strong that the machine has a hard time extracting it. Let's take a look at it. Here on the top left is Borehole 208. It's a well dug into the ground with a cement cap. It's a very deep well. In the middle is Little West Thumb. There's that signature I was talking about. And on the right is the Promontory. So I'm going to make this bigger. And this sometimes occurs about every 4 hours. Sometimes it goes as long as every 8 hours that this signature shows up. Very concerning. Yeah, so fast and so loud the machinery just doesn't pick it up. There's the seismic wave. So according to the swarm program, this came in as a magnitude 2.81, but it's actually a series of earthquakes. that came in very rapidly. Earlier at 2248, it was doing the same thing. There's the signature on Images Stream View. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And I'll bring this over for you so you can see the different names of the monitors. Yeah, Little West Thumb. Here we got the Promontory, and down here we have the Borehole for Yellowstone Lake. Now, according to the Swarm program, this came in as a magnitude 2.51. Again, these are not being reported by USGS. And let's go and look at the signature to see what the frequency was. It was almost 1 hertz and all the way up to 10 hertz. So that is harmonic tremors, magma coming into the system. Now the next one was 1400 and almost 10 minutes, and there was an earthquake. I'll cover that in a minute. I'll extract that. We'll go to that. 1435. That earthquake is not being reported yet. You can see here it was at Little West Thumb, the Promontory, and let me pull this down, and Yellowstone Lake. I'll extract it from there, and then I'm going to go back to this event. I don't see a P wave on it, so that occurred somewhere there locally. It's a really small P wave, tiny, tiny, tiny. Here's that earthquake that occurred before that gush of magma. 1423, we'll look at that, and we'll see how large it was. You can see down here at the bottom where it says MD, that would have been a magnitude 2.57. They've been having a lot of earthquakes in the magnitude 2 range, and you guys do know, several years ago, Hank Hessler, one of the in-home geologists that was there, said that when they started having magnitude 2 earthquakes there at Yellowstone, they would be very concerned. And we got volcanic, right there, volcanic, and harmonic tremors. Now, a harmonic tremor is a sustained release of seismic and infrasonic energy typically associated with the underground movement of magma, the venting of volcanic gases from magma or both. According to USGS, there's 4 major types of earthquakes: tectonic-like earthquakes, shallow volcanic-type earthquakes, and a surface event such as a landslide or an explosion. And then we got harmonic tremors. And this is from USGS. Yeah, volcanic and harmonic tremors. This again is from Little West Thumb. And we'll pull it over a little bit so you can see the activity that was going on there. Now we'll go over here. Yeah, to, yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, see, and they say that you don't have to worry unless it gets to a point where 20 minutes or longer, where they know that the magma is gushing in. Any volcano could erupt with little or no warning. They're hoping that Yellowstone, when it does erupt, will give indications, which it's doing here. Multiple earthquakes and the magma flowing to evacuate the people within 500 miles, because they would be all vaporized if there's a major eruption there at Yellowstone. Yeah, 500 miles vaporized. They're hoping that the next eruption would be about the size of the eruption at Mount St. Helens. No smaller than that. It would be at least that size, what Mount St. Helens did. Mount St. Helens, just like Yellowstone, was considered a dead volcano. Once Mount St. Helens went off, they realized that these dead volcanoes are not really dead at all, but just sleeping for a very long time. So there's the signature. We got 3 earthquakes, it looks like, that came in. I'm going to take the larger one, And we'll see what that was. 1.15. Okay, let's take a look at this other one. That one, oh, hold on, was a magnitude 0.44. And then this one would be a magnitude 0.66. Put all together, it would be a magnitude 1.77. I'll bring it down so you can see it. See that? 1.77. So going back to Google Earth, here's the location where those earthquakes have been occurring. This is the new monitor they put in, the location of it. Over here is Grant Village. They put this one in when one of the other monitors went down. It was only supposed to be temporary, but I think it's still running. I noticed too that during this most recent gush of magma coming into the system at 1353, that at the Promontory, which is this area over here, here's West Thumb, this is the Promontory, we have the signature. You can see this blue line of activity as the magma came in. See that? I'll make this bigger for you. And we know, I've talked about how we got that crack at the bottom of the lake of, there's a cap of rhyolite, and it's been trying to come up the magma, dike intrusion, much like what happened there in Hawaii. That crack down there, and there's been earthquake swarms there. As the pressure builds and that magma tries to come up, we got another one in red here, right there, at 1318. Let's look at its signature, and let's see how big that was. Okay, magnitude 1.73 it says. Alright, what else we got here on the Promontory? Let's take a peek. Yeah. Let's look at the signature. Yeah, see. Volcanic tremors. Yeah. I'll go back to that image and show you again. Shallow volcanic earthquakes. On Google search, it says often many of these earthquakes are directly related to volcanic activity and indicate movement of magma beneath the summit or rift zones of the volcanoes. In general, these earthquakes are more widely felt than shallower earthquakes of equal magnitude. How deep are volcanic earthquakes? These are earthquakes originated from the base of volcanoes or from the depths of about 1 to 20 kilometers. These earthquakes take place previous to and during the final stage of eruptive activity and occur in swarms. They are generally less than 6 in magnitude. And it looks like Old Faithful is going off. Take a little peek there. I really wish they'd clean the camera, and I wish they'd get a better camera. Like I said, they make enough money to put in some decent equipment, but maybe they feel that with the recent activity and the possibility of another eruption, it's not worth wasting the money on. So you can see here how thick all this is. Let me close this out and I'll go back to it. Yeah. Volcanic tremors. Now that's Little West. No, what? This is the Promontory. And we got, let's see, we got a small earthquake there. Let me change the settings here. That comes in as a magnitude 1.48. Yeah, I got my earthquake monitor turned on, Southern California. Yeah, another area of rifting. It's been having a lot of earthquakes. There you can see, magnitude 1.48. Now this other one, that's harmonic tremors. See that? Prior to this small earthquake. Again, this is the Promontory where they know they got that crack where magma has been coming up, and this is that one earthquake swarm. What was the date on that? December of last year. There was another swarm down here to the south, but I've removed all those since then. So going back to all three monitors, let's take a peek at the borehole for Yellowstone Lake. We'll take a peek at the signature. Yep. And we got some in red. The most recent right there. We'll see what size it was. A magnitude 1.65 not being reported. And we got some more up here. Okay. .75. And there's the spectrogram. There was actually several earthquakes. Yeah, really dinky. And that was dinky. They consider even this 1.75 a microquake. And we got another one right there. Another really tiny one. Let me go back. Alright, that is a magnitude 1.04. I wonder why it's showing up so small on here. Yeah, between 1 and 10 hertz. Let's go back to this one. 1 and 10 hertz. You got another one. It's got a longer P wave. That was probably more than likely. They're at Stanley, Idaho. 1.13. That's that one right there. We got a series of them here. 3 of them. I think I covered that one already. And on the left here, that is the borehole for Yellowstone Lake, borehole 208. In the middle is Little West Thumb. And that's the Promontory. No, I cannot say when Yellowstone's gonna go off. Like I said, it could go off with no notice at all. But hopefully they do have warning. Hopefully they'll have a swarm of earthquakes, and we'll see more of the indication of the magma rushing in where it goes quiet on the monitors. And this information of these gushing of the magma, no, I have not seen that occur before. This is all new within the last year. Yesterday, the camera was really jumping around. It was really windy. Today, it's about 6 miles an hour. They're currently looking at the area. This is Beehive right here. And over here is the area where a new geyser or hot pool formed. Looks like they got an orange warning cone. They've got new damage to the boardwalk because of the increased activity and probably the gases. Yeah, causing a lot of corrosion. Yeah. You can see we got a dead tree there. More dead trees there. One laying on the ground. I wish they moved the camera. I wanted to show you. I'm going to wait a minute. You know, they got the eclipse. It's going to be on the 10th. And prior to that and after that for about a week, we're going to have an increase in earthquakes. It's going to affect our weather. Things like that. We've already been seeing an increase in earthquakes and signs of volcanic activity like Mount Hood. The earthquakes down there in Southern California, those have been increasing. They're not going to move the camera. But anyways, guys, you can check it out for yourself and see all the dead trees that are along that one ridge line when they move the camera. These trees grew up what's called during a period of quiet, when there wasn't the gases coming up that were killing the trees from the roots up. Yeah, sometimes the gases come up and wipe out buffalo and kill the bears and other wildlife. Yeah. So that's all I have for you right now. If any thoughts or comments or questions, put it down below. I'm also on Twitter. I post a lot of things on Twitter that YouTube would censor me from. I'm on Patreon if you wish to support my work. And I'm also on PayPal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please stay safe. I know many of you are the 1% that are prepared for disasters around the world. I wish we could get that back up to 10%. People who are prepared for disasters. Have bug out kits for your pets. Don't forget to have updated vaccination paperwork. They might require that if you had to go to a shelter. If any other suggestions, please put it down below. And God bless you all.